Hi Capricorn, this is your August 2020 tarot forecast. So guys, this is for Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If you're Capricorn Venus watching, for example, I would consider this more of a love or romance reading. Certainly you can treat it like a general reading because that's its intention, but you know, by the time it affects what you love and your creative potential and your, artistic self, then yeah, it could be a love or romance reading for Capricorn Venus signs. Otherwise, it's a general reading. What is in store for Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for August 2020? All right, so we have a little jumper for you. Very nice. So we do have a decision balancing itself out here. Pardon me, making a decision, choosing one way or the other. I would even suggest here that clarity or a sense of victory, mental victory, could be necessary in order to achieve this, say, physical, financial, or even health, a sense of balance with health. And always remember that dental, mental, and physical health are all part of our health makeup, right? So whatever health means to you when you hear that. We'll see if those show up in your spread today. Messages for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, August 2020. All right, guys, so we're going to do a Celtic Cross for the month. As always, I will get a card each from the Oracle deck for extra messages. So starting off really, wow, gorgeous energy for the situation and for what's crossing it. Really nice healing energy back here, walking away from emotional problems. Very nice. Some excitement up there. A little bit possibly disillusionment, confusion. We'll look at that in a second. That's we might get another card on that. It's a little bit of heavy energy. We're looking at a Five of Pentacles down here in the position of how you see yourself. We do have the Tower over here. Okay. The Magician. Not surprised, and I'm not kidding. So whether or not something is going to work out for you that you had exactly wanted or not, it looks like something could be held up or not exactly as you had planned here. There could just be an element of being too hard on yourself about something. But ultimately, we did see that Two of Swords jump out at the beginning, and now we're dealing with a Two of Wands. So definitely about a direction. Not only in the mind, but what direction are you willing to take? Are you taking? Please forgive me. I'm going to be right back, guys. I'm going to be right back. Don't go away. Okay, I hope you just scrolled forward. So, yeah, I hope you have AC where you are. I do not, and I have really long hair, so I'm going to tuck this up because I'm hot. Okay, let's get back into this. Thanks for your patience, guys. Two of Wands, bottom of the deck. So the bottom of the deck energy is sort of how I treat this whole reading, and I, consider this sort of the basket it sits in, or the cup that it all sits in. So it really is about which direction you're going to take. We're looking less at a choice and more about an action or a movement here. So really nice energy. It is going to be an independent sense of self, though. I really wouldn't look to others. You could even be in a position of leadership right now. Someone could be watching you in terms of, what move is he or she going to make, that type of thing. But all the same, I would have a little bit more faith in yourself that you know which direction to take. Even if it's the wrong one, there is going to be another way to go because you're only dealing with this way or that way. And we don't have any duplicates here. We have a 7, 8, 10. We do have, we have 2 8s. And we have a 5. And those are all the minors. We have some personalities here. We could have a Sagittarius individual or 9th house energy. Up here, of course, this is sort of blonde, reddish blonde hair, light eyes, light skin, if it was an appearance. Otherwise, with ninth house energy, if this isn't a Sag, if this isn't an actual person, whether they're Sag or not, and that's what they look like. Ninth house is really looking at philosophy. It's looking at religion and spirituality. And there's also a real effervescence and a real sense of jovial spirit with this energy here. So I do think that through perhaps ninth house, through either this person or this energy, like a sense of philosophy, there is sort of healing that could be taking place here. But it is very interesting to see that in relation to this sense of possible emotional confusion or illusion, that there has to be a complete tearing away at something that is causing some emotional illusion, and then real manifestation power can be felt. So that's what I'm seeing as a snapshot. Individually, we're looking at patience, or this is also known as temperance. So this is the situation for the month. It's crossed by the 8 of Wands. So again, some more Wands energy. We see it here, we see it there. And Wands is an entrepreneurial ship. It is spiritual energy. It's also funding, income, prizes. It is invest, not the way that you invest if you were Pentacle energy, but it's the acquisition. It's by the time. So no pentacles, just down here, there's a sense of loss down here. But by the time we're looking at this, we're looking at, what you get from it, what you can expect from it. So we do have Temperance, which is Sagittarius rules. We have a lot of Sagittarius energy here, a lot of ninth house energy, right? Usually very positive, jovial, outgoing. I would also suggest here that ninth house Sagittarius energy does also include, by its nature, a sense of truth-telling, that this person or individual or energy would be interested in telling the truth, and that is maybe not even like a conscious decision situation. That's just sort of how this person or that energy would manifest or would come to fruition. So, and it could have to do with healing around an issue of truth-telling, healing around, just being honest and outspoken. And it's like the no filter, which some people don't like and other people really appreciate. I'm one of those. Sagittarius and Capricorns can have that no filter situation where it's like, and you could be cusp right now too. And if that's the case, it's just your energy there. But there's a sense of, you'd rather, and again, someone like me appreciates it, some other people don't dig it, but I wouldn't go around changing your personality type because someone doesn't dig the way you tell the truth, right? Because at the end of the day, it's like you can't shoot guess what? The messenger. It's the truth is king. The truth is what matters. It's not really about what billboard it's on or what the person looks like who's saying it. So, but certainly healing does need to take place around this, or a major wish around healing around an issue of excitement, truth-telling. This person could oftentimes, or energy can oftentimes even just be considered like cool, like just kind of cool, easygoing, and you can trustworthy, right? So back to these guys, we have, like I said, Temperance. This is Jupiter ruled, and I'm looking at a lot of Jupiter. So in that regard, we're looking at a lot of luck. We're looking at a lot of expansion. There's a real possibility for healing expansion right now, and we have a lot of positive messages coming in. Sudden communication regarding temperance, and temperance in association particularly with the Magician, for example, not just because they're both majors, but because this is prior to the tool. The Magician has to have something physical. The Magician knows what spell to use, they know what crystals, and then they go and they act the Magician. They have tools at their disposal and they know what to do with them. The Temperance is more like a, what is it that I need, and then trusting that it's available to you. So this could just be an association between like getting what you need, or sort of consciously manifesting that in you know, the subconscious or from the mind power. So that's what I'm seeing here, and I think that you have a lot of messages coming in, or a lot of information will be provided to you around that concern. Here in our foundation, we have some healing energy, or an Aquarius individual, or this could be 11th house, right? So now we're dealing with associations, community, brotherhood, sisterhood. But I want to mention as well that we do have Aquarius ruled over here. Tower is Mars energy. And these are, as you noticed, right? Well, maybe you can't see that. We have 16 and then 17. So something that may have looked like it was healed, or that you believed was healed, or at the foundation, maybe you wanted it to be healed. It's really going to come round again, and it's really going to affect your heart. And this is why I think a decision may be necessary here. But yeah, star energy, a lot of healing needs to happen around perhaps this truth teller, or an issue of telling the truth, or being positive, outgoing, or even philosophical. And yeah, peer groups. If I haven't said entrepreneurship, I do want to add that, because it is important when looking at one's energy, for sure, that whether that's volunteerism, like, it really doesn't matter necessarily if it's about money. It's about effort and what you love and what you're good at, and how it feeds your soul, or your spirit. Here in the recent past, we do see this really nice 8 of Cups. And 8 of Cups in your recent past is saying you're definitely moving on from something that doesn't work from you anymore, that emotionally was taxing. And here in your near future is the 7 of Cups. So unfortunately, we're going backwards here, guys, and there's just more disillusionment, there's more confusion in your near future, even though you thought something was over. So I do think that something difficult needs to be faced, or something is either going to fall apart, or it's going to be torn apart, or you're being asked to tear it apart, because it's not on solid ground. Something that you're emotionally insecure about is not on solid ground. Possibly about you know, what you really want to excuse me, invent for the future, at least for, you know, the month. Here in the position of how you see yourself, and here's where I know you're being a little bit too hard on yourselves, Cappy, is you see yourself as the 5 of Pentacles, and it's a real loss. This is one of the heavier energies in the entire deck of tarot cards. The 5 of Pentacles. 5s in general are chaos and conflict. We have a huge destruction up here as well, which mirrors. And these are considered wild cards. So we do have some more cups over here. This is really going to impact your emotions. It's really going to impact your emotions, guys. And, you know, it could be a difficult last 2 weeks of the month. I do want to mention that. I think how you view yourself and why you view yourself this way could be part and parcel of helping to heal a situation as well. So maybe getting an idea of why you see yourself as someone who has nothing. Why you see yourself in this instance as someone who has failed, or who is crippled, who's sick. There's a sense of illness here, right? There is a sense of suffering, right? This is suffering. Now, one bonus to the 5 of Pentacles, if I had to choose one, would be that you have one person who's suffering with you. So you're not alone in this suffering, but you really can help yourself out of a situation. I really think how you view yourself, particularly in the 3rd week of the month, guys, could make all the difference, like switching how you see a situation or the other person, or your motivations, etc. Maybe getting a real nice clear perspective on yourself, however, by the 3rd week is going to be helpful, because this is a real sort of sense of this is a real, yeah, like this is a sense of rejection, and there's a little bit of pain involved there, which is kind of sad. Now we have this, how others see you, as someone with a great deal of heart. So You are definitely being approached or seen as someone who is interested in love. You're interested in everyone being happy and a full heart and happiness and common ground. You want to get out of this sense of illusion, out of this sense of confusion, right? You thought you'd left it, but it's back, and you want to use your heart, but there's something difficult here. There is a real sense of loss, a real sense of, there's a sticky situation down here, and I wouldn't really read too much into it except for this tower. I do find it peculiar. The tower is in your hopes and fears. Now, the tower I find is useful when there is trickery or deception, okay? So if there is something that needs to be said or needs to be squared away, needs to be solved, needs to be, looked at clearly instead of, a sense of illusion or disillusionment, then that needs to be torn away, and that's very, very positive. However, if the tower comes in suddenly and you're not expecting it, and and it does tear down something you weren't expecting, it can be very upsetting. So I do see that there is a possibility for the last week of the month here, guys, for there to be something somewhat upsetting that creates or enhances a sense of illusionment or delusion, illusion, fantasy, something in your heart. So you maybe get to the bottom of something or tear something down that wasn't, it's like a house of cards. It's not built to last. And there is something positive that can come from it. You can use your heart and you can choose the highest option. Here in your outcome card is the Magician, like I said, and I explained him just a little bit, but I do want to mention, even though I do see a similarity with Temperance and Magician for those reasons mentioned, the Magician is a very particular energy. It's got its own Mercury ruler. It's ruled by Mercury. So this is the thought, the mind. This is communication. This is swift movement, swift study. Someone who's, there's a lot of intelligence and some type of written, verbal, or otherwise communication. But you'll notice that it's number 1. So this is really all about you. The 1 is the first house, and this is really all about what you're going to do about a situation or with a situation. So I think that you, and a Capricorn, I see this over and over for you. You always come out on top. It just doesn't seem to matter what the situation is. But there is, and maybe this is why Capricorn and Scorpio are just, wow, it's a heavy card. I mean, like intense, not heavy. But there's this sense of, it seems to be that there's a significant challenge for you guys every month or something. But like I was going to say, Scorpio and Capricorn, you seem to have this, theme going on, and forgive me if you're getting sick of hearing this, but there's a sense of it really is going to make you stronger. It makes you more powerful. It makes you more effective. And we see this over and over, like even in this reading here, where you come out the Magician. So I feel like you can really be learning something here from this situation. Remember, Mars rules the tower, and Mars is the planet of war. So it is going to be a conflict. There is going to be destruction, but it doesn't have to be bad, right? It can be destruction of something that was confusing and maybe even untrue. These guys, let us get a couple more and we'll get your oracles read for you. So seeing some major themes for you this month, guys. We'll look at this, and I'll show you the artwork in just a second. Hopefully you can see it here in the meantime. Raven is the card of magic in the medicine cards. No biggie, just have some couple magic cards in one reading, no big deal. So I'm being facetious, it's a huge deal. So you guys have a lot of manifestation potential and power. This is a lot, but guess what? I am just going to take them. It's just, there's a lot going on this month, but it's less about activity. It's less about other people. It's more about your feelings. How much time do I have? Not very much. I'm going to risk it. Never mind. It's answered for me. It's going to have to do with a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces individual. Could have to do with someone who is your age or slightly younger than you. It's definitely a woman. Could be the Queen of your heart or the Queen of Hearts. Or it could be that the other person who's suffering with you right now or out in the cold with you is a woman. And they're very, very sensitive. There's a lot of sensitivity here, guys. Manifestation and ideas and inspiration. So, wow. See, this is why I don't edit my videos, because there's no making this stuff up. Right. Okay, so ideas and inspiration. Literally what I just spoke about back here with Temperance, right? This is the moment between what you're thinking and what you're about to produce. So this is where the magic happens, believe it or not. It has to start in your own mind. So ideas and inspiration are essential. And this is why I know, at least in the first week of the month, all this is going to be coming through for you because you're going to be open to it and ready for it. And you manifest really quickly. Really quickly. You can do this, and Scorpio does it too. And if you're a Cap Scorpio, look out. And then we have manifestation, literally magician, literally manifestation. So that's just crazy. This is, like I was saying a moment ago, the Raven is the card of magic. This is the card of the magician. The only caveat when we're dealing with magic is to make sure that you are on white or high magic and not black or low magic. So remember that the rule of three, right? What comes around goes around. I do see you on a high magic thing. Try not to let this drag you down, though. A sense of self or how you see yourself here. These guys just shot out of the deck. I am going to take them, but I'm going to fly through them. I'm going to save the best for last. Flexible, time for a nap, and blessed. I do see you needing to step away from something, being flexible about something or changing your mind or letting go of something is going to be necessary. Feeling blessed, feeling as though you do have personal power, that you can handle anything that comes your way because of your full heart, because of your high expectations. Capricorn is going to be extremely beneficial to you this month. And then milk and honey, guys. Milk and honey. That is so precious. I just really, really important. It's so important for you to see this. And I really hope it's helpful. Because yes, there's going to be, and it might even be a somewhat difficult struggle, but a struggle nonetheless. But it really is it's going to pay off. You will get through. And milk and honey, like rainbows, milk, honey, like elephants swimming. Like what? This is just glorious. This is better than can be expected. So really set some high expectations and expect the best here, guys. Even if it falls short, it's really going to offer you a lot. And then trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith, right? So have faith in yourself, have faith in the process, and have faith that you really can make a major dream or wish come true. And remember, if something is taken down or removed, that it might be for the best. So thank you so much for joining, Capricorn. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.